live, of course, at the Gator Club afterwards, where many people will be getting together. And that's the great thing about Aussie rules football, that if you finish last or finish first, you get together at the end of the day, have a few drinks and have a bit of a chin wag about how the game went. And you come back and do it all again next week. 7-0, San Francisco leading Minnesota. As the ball is thrown up in the air. Away we go again. Delu, but it's taken away by Tobias. Goes in the direction of and intercepting by Ahoha. Had it, but then got dispossessed. The kick is long, but just dropping it there was Hale. Managed to give it the hand pass to Georgiadis. Georgiadis long towards centre half forward. Kraft was lurking nearby. McKenzie had it, got spun around. Her kick went sideways. They play on. Here's a long, high kick in the air. Trying to park herself underneath the football on that occasion was the player in La Vittoria. But the ball got away for the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Going in the Estrada direction. She puts on the afterburners. Jessica Estrada, open goal! No, it's away to the right. Minor score. She kicked 4 goals against New York yesterday, and you just got a feeling, is she going to get off the leash today and have another beauty? She was a bit quiet in the game against Denver, but it didn't matter. They got the points. But just inaccurate there. 8 plays 0. 8 San Francisco, 0 Minnesota. Intercepted by Smolak once again here for San Francisco. This is within her range, 45 metres out with a 2-goal breeze at her back. At this end, we saw 7 goals get piled on by Portland in their Division 2 Grand Final victory over the Demons. Smolak comes in. Long, high, booming kick. The accuracy, though, is away, is it? No, it's there. It's a goal. Smolak puts it through, and it's the San Francisco show here at Lakewood Ranch. Their supporters are very happy about it. They're running away again. They move along now to 2 goals, 1-13, if I'm correct. Hang on, scoreboard 2-2, pardon me. 2-2-14, leading no score. So 14-0. 14-0, San Francisco's way over Minnesota. Peter Holden with you from girlsplayfooty.com on commentary. Don't forget our website, girlsplayfooty.com, for all the latest news. And, of course, our podcasts are available via iTunes for free. Just download the Girls Play Footy podcast. And, of course, just recently, leading to the Nationals, we spoke, of course, with those from the USA and Jason Arnold. We also chatted with Brian Barish to find out what was happening with these Nationals tournaments. And, of course, we spoke with Lou Watton, who was coming out of retirement, which was fantastic to see. And, of course, we wish her well on her AFLW journey. As the ball is kicked long, came off hands, trying to weave around his Armstrong. Got knocked away from there. McKenzie kicks further up the field towards the half-forward flank position. The ball hit the ground. Now trying to get onto the football. Julie Marks squeezing in towards the middle of the ground. Maglion managed to get the football out. The umpire said it was a throw. And Ray Hale has the free kick for Minnesota. The Freeze looking to get into this game. They trail 14-0. Here's the kick. It's sideways, and an easy mark being taken there by Robin Leslie. Leslie now gets on the right boot, found space, going in the Estrada direction. She got away from her opponent. Here comes Jess Estrada. Got to get around. Gave one, don't argue. Got caught the second time, and the umpire said incorrect disposal. Free kick. And it's going the way there of La Vittoria for the Minnesota Freeze. In fact, is it? No, it's being picked up, pardon me, by Von Gareth. And she gave it across to Kraft. Very close towards the boundary line. Good mark by Captain Georgiadis. And Georgiadis with the pill, half-back flank, broadcast side. Kicks it long and high on the right. Armstrong from behind. Umpire says too high. Umpire Dave Filand in there. And signals Minnesota's way. Filand says, let's get going, and that's what they do. They kick it long and high up the line and trying to find their Broadcast. Broadcast got hit from the front by Millie Bruce, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Armstrong on the bottom of that pack will clear the way. 14-0, San Francisco leading Minnesota. San Francisco looking for a 4-0 round-robin sweep to take out the USAFL Division 1 title. Air pass out. Out of bounds in the full. She kicked it any higher, was getting a possession. But Georgiadis shuffled over the boundary line and needs a free kick to Julie Marks. Julie, of course, joined us on special comments yesterday for one of the matches. There's a skill for her post-football career to jump in that commentary box. Did a good job. Jackie Delu, long and high, going up the line. Armstrong nearly got falconed. Calling for it was Estrada, who was running by. Couldn't pick it up. Georgiadis. Bruce in there. Got it back over the top. There's a hand pass courtesy of Courtney Sherman-Johnson. And the umpire says in the back, Jackie Thielen will get a free kick. Jackie Thielen in front of the Minnesota supporters. Decides to go for a run. Then an awkward kick on the right boot. Straight down the throat of Jessica Estrada. Estrada on the right boot, going long towards the half-forward flank position. Just went through the hands there of Courtney Sherman-Johnson. Couldn't hang on to it. Umpire said too high. Free kick. And it going the way of Courtney Sherman-Johnson. No, that's the other way. He signalled it to go to Minnesota. So, hand pass off, Kraft. Kraft now kicking long and high on the right. Estrada underneath the football. Couldn't hang on to it. Ball spilled free. Taken away by Smuda. Had to move the football forward. Ahoha was there. Lost control of it. Gallagher in there as well. Big bump laid on by Ahoha. And the umpire says you got her in the back. And that is a free kick. And it's going to Ruby Hurd. Ruby on the right boot. It's long and it's high towards the wing position. Marks 2-on-1. Got crunched in the contest. Picked up by Armstrong. Got pinned but got a hand pass away. Georgiadis gets another possession on the left boot towards centre wing. High looking kick. Mark taken there once again by Ruby Hurd. Ruby Hurd is looking further afield for options. She's being called to go in towards the middle of the ground. Gallagher was leading for her. Tough collision there. Also had support in there by Sarah Maglione. She has to go chasing after the football. Tobias on her hammer. Gets the hand pass going backwards. Kephart was there. Try to move it towards half forward. They're still attacking here, the Iron Maidens. Picked up, right boot kick towards half forward flank. Awkward bouncing ball. Getting in there is Brower. Nearly had the jumper pulled over the head. Hand pass away. I think it's Peterson out there. Lost control of the football. Iron Maidens trying to build something here towards the top of the goal square. Went over hands. Ball bounces fortunately. Will it be shuffled through? It is, and it almost takes out the goalpost on the way through. So one behind there for San Francisco. 2-3-15 the Iron Maidens. No score for Minnesota. 15-0. Kick in from fullback, long and high. Went through the fingertips there of Brokehouse, who couldn't hang on to the football. Dancing around there, Julie Marks. Her kick is off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full. So it will be a free kick. Lizzie Evan will be taking it here for the Minnesota Freeze and decides to play on. Goes on the right boot, coming back in forward, dangerous. Estrada was lurking around nearby. Von Gareth there as well. Estrada got it, fed the ball out the marks, went with a hand pass back over the top. Trying to change her way through as Brookhouse, couldn't hang on to it. Estrada got on the right boot, went in towards the forward pocket, came off hands. In there was Sherman-Johnson. Trying to put the hands up was the player in Marks. The kick around the quarter from Kraft only went as far as Smolak, and she's within range. Carly Smolak. She'll be kicking from around about 46, 47 metres out, 45-degree angle. Great camera shot right behind her. The wind blowing across her right to left shoulder. She'll have to hang it out right to bring it back, and no, it didn't quite, I think. I think it will go through as a minor score. It's to the left of the stick. So that moves the score along now to 2-4-16 to no score. 16 to no score. San Francisco over Minnesota. The kick in from fullback, long and high. Bringing it down to ground as Brokehouse one more time. They try to squeeze a hand pass out. Then the kick around the corner was trying to find Catherine O'Hare. And it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds, and we'll have another throw in. 50 metres out from goal, San Francisco have been controlling this tournament. They had a big win over New York, beat up Sacramento, had a thrilling 3-point win over Denver, and held sway here over Minnesota as we speak. And the umpire says the ball's gone over as Georgiadis wanted to go away with the football. We wait for it to be thrown back into play. DeLu couldn't hang on to it. Tobias, hand pass out, half-back flank. Now here's an opportunity. They're running down the line, Minnesota, but Kephart is there. Nearly ran into her own teammate who came on to take the mark. And that, of course, was Bevan English. English on the right boot, long and high. Had to be good with the kick as she tried to hit up Sherman-Johnson. Brought down Thielen. Brought down Georgiadis, rather. Ball on the ground. Marks comes flying in. She can't extract it. Georgiadis goes again. Umpire blows the whistle and says, I'll have a ball up. 50 metres out from goal. This has been San Francisco's tournament. Minnesota, no shame. They've racked up a couple of wins, but unfortunately, I just don't think they're going to get the chocolates today over San Francisco. They're not too far away. They're down 16-0, but it's going to take a lot in the second half. They're really going to have to hold San Francisco scoreless for the remainder of the half and then really blitz them in the second. As the kick is long towards the top of the square. Kicked away, close towards the boundary line. Joining the chasing there is Robin Leslie. They kick it away, the freeze, in towards the danger spot. McKenzie was lurking nearby, screaming for the footballer Smuda, who got it. Had to get it over opponent to Brokehouse. Now wanting to pick it up was Ohar. Ohar went on and kicked up the line. Nothing to go to. Very disciplined back there, San Francisco. And Margaret Leone now kicks it in board. Nearly brought rain with a kick, and Castillo nearly got smashed, but she managed to hold her ground with Tobias coming at her. Castillo, forward of centre, out of side, gets on the right boot, goes towards centre half forward. Through several sets of hands. They didn't realise that once you touch, your teammate touches it and you catch it, it's play on. And being caught there was Mullen, and it is a free kick going the way of, well, it might be Mate Leon.
What do you mean? For
the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Scoreboard at the moment, 16-0, San Francisco leading Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sarah McLeon now goes long and high towards the hot spot. Oh, juggling around. Brower's fighting and hard for the football. Umpire blows the whistle and says it's in dispute. I'll call for a ball up. Goes once again.
I don't know what that.
Brower brings the ball down. Trying to go in there one more time. Lizzie Evan couldn't extract the football. All tied up. And once again, we'll call for the ball back. Here on USAFL.com, this is the second last game of day 2 in the women's first division of the USAFL Nationals. No grand final. It's just a simple ladder situation. A hurry kick on goal is away to the left and out of bounds on the full. Or no, it bounced before the line, so it will be a throw in. So another opportunity here for San Francisco. They can get something out of this set play. Bit of wrestling going on there. Brower brought it down. Caught by Evan. Can't squeeze it out. Georgiadis goes to the hand pass to the boundary line. And the ball goes out and we'll have another throw in. Arches the back. Big heave back into play. We go once more. Head over the football. Brookhouse late on the bump. Ball squeezed out. Georgiadis gets on the right boot. Kicks around the corner. Going in the direction of Melissa Armstrong. Couldn't hang on to it. McKenzie is lurking around as well. Clearing football here for the freeze to be taken away by Smuda. Couldn't hang on to it, but she did kick it forward. Smuda still going. Oh, she ran into heavy traffic. Had support there. Trying to get a hand pass away. Tobias got spun around by McKenzie. Kick went straight up in the air. Ahoha had to get it on quickly. Got it to Thielen. Thielen got mown down. Going in. Great shepherd work there by Kephart. Now taking away there is English. English goes towards centre half forward. Awkward bouncing football. Now trying to run onto it there is Smolak. Umpire comes in and blows the whistle and will call for a ball up. Now we had no hooter to start this game. The question is, I hope the umpires know that there's going to be 20 minutes up at some time and to be able to blow the siren. Because, yes, normally there'd be scoreboard attendants that are supposed to be doing this. As the hurried little kick away, Georgiadis got it across to Thielen. Her kick long though, intercepted and taken by English. English with the football. Looking further afield. Swings around on the right boot. It is a long bomb inside the forward line. Big flying attempt at the mark. Couldn't be pulled in. Hurry kick away. Brokehouse now going for the run. Brokehouse, the ball at her feet. Can't quite pick it up. Has to go in again. She had to try and beat 2 opponents. Got absolutely smashed into the ground and the umpire said it's in the back and you deserve a free kick. Rebecca Brokehouse. Now gets on the right boot. Kicking up the line. Thielen. Only as far as Kephart. What a mark. It's like a catch at second slip, that one. Taken beautifully. Right boot. Kicked it. Long towards the half-forward flank. Georgiadis is there. So is Sherman Johnson. Squeezed out. Hurried flying shot on goal. I think it was from Leslie, and it's away for a minus score. One behind. 2-5-17. San Francisco Iron Maidens, no score, pardon me, for Minnesota. 17-0, San Francisco's way. As we have the ball on the outer side. Victoria going after it, put pressure on her opponent. Estrada is there as well. Managed to squeeze the kick around the corner. Georgiadis is there, fed off the hand pass. Now Victoria goes now, puts it long down the line. Numbers waiting back there for San Francisco. Gallagher was one of them, but she's under all kinds of pressure. Umpire says it's holding, and she will get a free kick. She is 70 metres out from home. And they just wait for her to size up with the kick. And that's what she does. It's long and it's high. It's going up the line, but a good mark taken back there. And I think that's by La Victoria again. And decides to go and boot it wide, hugging close towards the boundary line. I think Wymore's taken that. And it's right in front of the big tent here in the center of the 5 fields at the Premier Sports Complex, Lakewood Ranch, Southwest Florida. Her kick, though, is out of bounds on the full when she was trying to find Thielen up the line. And it will be a San Francisco free kick. Nearing the shadows of the halftime siren, 17-0, 2-5-17 to no score. And it is San Francisco leading Minnesota. As one of the players, looks like Armstrong, has come off injured for San Francisco. She's walking very gingerly. Let's hope it's not a serious injury, because she's been a superb standout player for the Iron Maidens. Laying a tackle, Georgiadis. Umpire blows the whistle and says you got your opponent in the back, so that will be a free kick. Half-forward flank, outer side of the ground. Goes long, inside 50 with the pill. Smolak is there as well, but it was knocked out of her hands. Good contest by the player there in Kika, who tries to go back in one more time for a second effort. Tobias helping out there as well. Good work by the Freeze. The kick, though, was a bit of a shank going forward. Georgiadis got caught, got a little hand pass away while under pressure. Also getting in there is Thielen. Did she fall into the opponent? No, play on is the call. Waiting on the outside is Gallagher. Umpire blows the whistle, and we will call for a roll up. And I think that is half time, because we didn't have the hooter to start the half. So they managed to time it well. Half time here in the women's Division 1 match between San Francisco and Minnesota. And the Iron Maidens are in the box seat to do the clean sweep to take out this Division 1 title. Denver will not be winning their 7th title in a row. San Francisco are favourites to spoil the party. As we said, Minnesota were a technical chance, but they need to win by a hefty margin. It's just 20 minutes to play before they're crowned champions. 2-5-17, San Francisco Iron Maidens. Minnesota, no score. We'll be back after halftime here on USAFL.com at the USAFL Nationals for 2016.
Beautiful San Diego, home of the 2017 USAFL Nationals, including, for the first time, an Australian division. Imagine kicking off your end-of-season footy trip in this amazing US city, with your club playing in the biggest football tournament in the world.
Sportswear designs and manufactures custom sportswear with a focus on quality and reliability. We're Australian, we've got 10 years experience, and we've got a US base in Oklahoma. Who better to trust than an Aussie company for your AFL gear? Get your customised men's and ladies' AFL uniforms, outerwear and training gear from Black Chrome. Black Chrome's custom compression can enhance performance and recovery, reduce lactic acid and accelerate your warm-up. Black Chrome is trusted by a number of AFL leagues, including the US AFL, as their official supplier. Try out our Design Your Own tool and see Black Chrome's full range of sportswear at blackchromeusa.com. Join us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to usafl.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at usafl.com.
Black Chrome Sportswear designs and manufactures custom sportswear with a focus on quality and reliability. We're Australian, we've got 10 years experience, and we've got a US base in Oklahoma. Who better to trust than an Aussie company for your AFL gear? Get your customised men's and ladies' AFL uniforms, outerwear and training gear from Black Chrome. Black Chrome's custom compression can enhance performance and recovery, reduce lactic acid and accelerate your warm-up. Black Chrome is trusted by a number of AFL leagues, including the US AFL, as their official supplier. Try out our Design Your Own tool and see Black Chrome's full range of sportswear at blackchromeusa.com. Join us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
I think we might be about 30 seconds away, I think.
How are we doing on time, Tom? We're there. Okay, go.
And welcome back to Lakewood Ranch in Florida. This is the Premier Sports Complex. We are here for the second last game of Division 1 in the women's competition here at the 2016 US AFL Nationals. Coming into this game, San Francisco were 3-0. Minnesota were coming into the game with the 1 loss and 2 wins. Minnesota essentially need to win this game by a very, very big margin to take the title in an upset. But San Francisco look like marching on. Even if they were to lose from here in a close contest, we would, of course, would have San Francisco winning on percentage. No hooter, so it looks like we're blowing the... Oh, no, here we go. The hooter guy just woke up. He was just relaxing in his golf cart, as you do. 2-5-17. That is San Francisco. No score for Minnesota. 17-0. As we start this second half, the last half of what will be the champion San Francisco, all they have to do is just play out the time. As it was taken away there momentarily by Lizzie Evans. She was dispossessed of the football. Still caught in a traffic jam. English tried to get a hand pass out. Wasn't quite good enough. Hurried little kick around the corner. Got jammed. Now the little foot race is on here. All squeezed together. Just ducking and weaving, hand pass, trying to get it over the top, going through several sets of legs there. And now moving it on, Estrada on the right boot, going forward, awkward bounce, going after it is, once again, Estrada, couldn't get onto it, Georgiadis now goes for the hand pass, managing to find and going onto the football there is Thielen, drove it forward, now just dribbling along the ground, trying to keep it in front there. Was the player in McKenzie, Estrada now across the wing position. Just at the feet there, Brower. Couldn't quite pick it up. Cavalry arrives, but it was taken away here by Ray Hale. Hale now moved it further up the line. Trying to get across to Thielen. Thielen shrugged him off. got on the right boot, went long towards the forward line. Awkward bouncing football, got away from a few players. Poff was there as well, but it was all the time in the world for the Iron Maidens, and they kicked the ball. Hurd had it momentarily, bounced off her shoulder. Now trying to run onto it as Robin Leslie. Gave up the little hand pass. Here's the kick in towards the centre of the ground. Now the foot race on one more time. Estrada comes at the opponent in the back there every day of the week. Lizzie Evan will earn that one and plays on quickly. Got around Brower and Estrada and kicked towards the half-forward flank position. Came off hands. Going out afterwards was Tobias. Couldn't hang on to the football. Trying to chase the ball up, and the umpire says that's holding without, and that'll be a free kick to the Iron Maidens. It's McLeon out there, and she has the football at half-back flank, outer side. Gets the hurry up. Umpire says no, got to come back behind the player on the mark. So, no. Well, what's happened here is they've called play on, and the game's gone on anyway. And a mark being taken down there, because what had happened was the umpire reset the mark. The other umpire didn't know and called play on, so it was overruled anyway. And Ray Hale now takes it for Minnesota. So she goes in the Georgiadis direction. Georgiadis with the ball on the half-back flank. Has to try and pick it up. Gets the hand pass. Intercepted. Marks goes with a kick. Tries to center it. Brower takes it. Brett Brower with the football. She's about 65 metres out from home. She says, give me a lead. Give me something. And she decides to play on. Takes on the player. Goes for the kick. Went to the hot spot 30 metres out. Hale had front position for Minnesota. Brought the football to ground. Get a little hurried hand pass out there. It's going to be a foot race on here at the moment. Brokehouse going afterwards. Umpire off the play blowed the whistle and said there was a free kick she spotted behind play, and it is going the way of number 18 and Ray Hale. Hale for the freeze. Her side, no score. 17 for San Francisco. And they've got to come back behind the mark and do it all over again. So we reset ourselves. In fact, there's Lizzie Evan, pardon me. My apologies. Lizzie Evan with a free kick. Lizzie Evan goes on. Oh, the kick is a bit of a grubber. Here comes Estrada. Puts ball to ground. Her legs kept moving, but the ball didn't go with her, and she had to try and backtrack. Georgiadis caught up with her and locked it in and calls for a ball up. We have the football 25 metres out from goal. San Francisco attacking the right of screen. Estrada gets up very slowly. And umpire clears the way and throws it up in the air. Away we go again, one more time. Brower wins the tap out in that occasion. Trying to squeeze away in the contest, Steinberg. But to come away with it, Georgiadis moved it further up the line, close to the boundary, and the ball has gone out. So we'll have a throw in. We're about 45 metres out from the San Francisco goal. They lead 17-0 against Minnesota. Back into play. Winning it out on that occasion with a good punch was Tobias, and sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds. Last player seeing it across was Brokehouse. We'll have a throw in, 55 metres out from the Iron Maidens goal. Ball is back into play. Punched into space. She couldn't quite control the football there. DeLu gave off the hand pass. Hurry little kick around the corner. Nearly Falcon, the player on the way through, and Nelson. Hurry little kick there by Brokehouse. Found her teammate who wasn't quite expecting it, and that is Oha. Catherine Oha with the football, defensive side of centre, decides to get on the right boot, goes further afield with the kick. Now here's the foot race on, half forward flank position. Armstrong's back on the ground, which is great to see. Poff comes out to try and meet the football. She can't there. They wanted to squeeze out the hand pass, getting involved as well as Messina and the umpires. Pulled out a free kick, set in the back, and Poff gets the resulting free kick. Poff for Minnesota freeze. She is 55, 60 metres out from goal. Unloads towards the hotspot, 30 metres out. Came off hands, goes into space. Messina couldn't pin down and pick up the football. Now it's the Iron Maidens with plenty of numbers back there. But only as far as Brookhouse, who came in there, got met heavily by Marks. Has to try and squeeze the football out. But it was taken by Georgiadis. Late, said the umpire. Free kick. And that is going the way of Georgiadis. Catherine Georgiadis looking to give the big wind-up kick. Who's going to lead out to her? She's looking inboard, and there's plenty of tall numbers there for San Francisco, but they all fall to ground. McKenzie tried to duck underneath the tackle, tried to squeeze out her kick, didn't work out. Looking around near is Hurd. Here comes the player in Georgiadis, gets bumped off the football, but comes in to lay the tackle. The squeeze came out to McKenzie, who's mown down. Holding the football, Jackie Thielen takes the free kick. Thielen. She is around 52 metres out, and she goes long. Puff takes the mark, and she fist pumps the air. She was very happy with that. Took it right in the bread basket, and will be lining up for goal from about 25 metres out directly in front. Puff for Minnesota to bring it back to just 11 points the difference. Will slowly creep in. It is high, it is long, it is good. They get around it. Puff kicks the goal, and it moves the scoreboard now on to 1 straight 6 Minnesota, 2-5, 17 San Francisco. San Francisco 17, Minnesota 6 here at USAFL.com. And of course, a little friendly reminder, you can watch all these replays online at any time by going to USAFL.com, clicking on 2016 Nationals, select Watch, and then just pick a game from the schedule from any of the women's matches, Division 1, Division 2, or of course from also watching the men's Division 1 matches as well that were streamed with Rod Gorillasich in commentary, Bill Roberts and Brian Barish over on that field, and Dermot Burton joined them for a game between Denver and Quebec. Umpire has the ball back in the middle of the ground, throws it up in the air, away we go again. Trying to spin away out of trouble was McKenzie. McKenzie put it on the right boot. Now it's dribbling up the line. Now getting her football and getting crunched there momentarily was Ray Hale. In goes McKenzie, tries to feed out a quick hand pass, chain of handballs Bulldog style. Now managing to get it across to Marks. Marks got bowled over with her kick, and the Freeze managed to send it back along the wing position. New player on the ground could run onto the football. She won't, but also doing the footwork there was Ahoha. Ahoha picks it up. Oh, she hand passed her teammate in Wymore who didn't want to take it. Ball hits the ground. Going in hard there is English. Got squeezed out. McKenzie was lurking around here as well. Gallagher went in and got the football. Kicked into open space in the wing position. Georgiadis comes after the football. Georgiadis put it on the left boot. Dribbling up the line. 1, 2, 3 bounces and out. So between centre wing and half forward flank for Minnesota. Now Minnesota, even if they don't win by a big margin, do have a technical possibility of winning the title. They'd have to win this game and hope for a major boil over in New York beating Denver to bring the head-to-head contests into play against San Francisco. But should they lose, that's all box and dice. Should Minnesota come back and win, but Denver win, then it comes down to percentage, and that would give the title to San Francisco. Hope that makes sense for those at home, since we don't have a grand final here in Division 1. McKenzie trying to feed out the hand pass. Ball hit the ground. Castillo in there as well. Can't feed it out. Marks on the bottom of the pack. Players crashing in, and the umpire blows the whistle, says in the back. That's a free kick as to going the way of San Francisco. And picking it up is Sarah Maglione. Maglione with the football. Maglione gets on the right boot. Goes long towards the half-forward flank position. Tall work being done there by Francesca Menina, but it was turned back in towards the wing position, just trying to slap it forward smoother. Did well, but it went into traffic just through the legs there of Maglione. Now the ball is close towards the boundary line. Big bumping laid on there, and the umpire blows the whistle and says that's a free kick. Elise Gallagher. Now looks further afield for some options. Gallagher on the right boot. It is long, it is high, it's towards a pack contest. Coming in to take the mark though, one of their tools, number 8, Francesca Menina. Menina now gets going on the right boot. Low kick, wasn't all that flash though. Trying to jump onto it was the player in Wymore. She's all wrapped up. Maglione has to get up and hand pass the football back to the umpire. The umpire says clear the way. I'm going to throw it up in the air again. 17-6, San Francisco leading Minnesota. DeLue wins the contest. Straight through legs there. Hale was nearby. Also even. Strata was lurking nearby. Marks laid on the bump. McKenzie wanted to try and pick up the football. In goes DeLue one more time. Try to feed out the hand pass. Stolen by Thielen. Thielen tried to get it across to Kicker, who had it momentarily. In goes Armstrong, who's buried into the ground. Kicks it long and high, the freeze towards the half-forward flank position. Kephart went out to try and meet the football. Her teammate got there, and that teammate was Margaret Leone, who gave it back to Kephart, who nearly had her shorts pulled down as she kicked it. Getting in towards the middle of the ground for Brokehouse. Brokehouse going in on the one-on-one with Gallagher. Gallagher held it up. Armstrong went in there. Georgiadis as well, tried to get a hand pass out. In going in is Wymore. Couldn't squeeze out the football. It's all stacks on the mill, and the umpire calls for the bounce. No, in fact, pulls out a free kick and says it's going the way of San Francisco. Chance for the Ironmanes to attack. The Ironmanes actually haven't scored into the breeze, but they are sitting on a 17-6 lead. Found McKenzie, who's got space. McKenzie goes for the run, puts it on the right boot, goes towards the centre half forward position. Numbers with the freeze if they keep their composure. There's the hand pass. Osthoff with the football, under pressure. Went with a hand pass back. Crunch they go as Lizzie Evan was involved. Still in dispute. Courtney Sherman Johnson comes in, does a little bit of holding on. Umpire from the distance blowed a whistle for trip and says that will be a free kick. So they'll have to bring the football back. Minnesota free kick. Umpire Di Filan from Victoria spotting that one from a distance and awarding that to Minnesota. Lizzie Evan, even Stevens, there you go, kicks the ball long in towards the middle of the ground. And Armstrong, class, gets on the right boot. Here comes Estrada, parks herself underneath the football, dropped it, got it back again, gave off the hand pass. Backleon moves the ball in towards the forward line. It's a bouncing football, but there's plenty of time there for Hale to get out of it. Oh, straight down the throat of where she kicked it. Sarah McLeon, I hope I've been getting that name correct. I've been told it's with an L, with a Y. I'm Australian, I don't know. As the ball kicks long in towards the forward 50, looking for Estrada. Georgiadis is there, gave the don't argue, got the little kick away, managing to find Thielen. Thielen got on the right boot, went long towards the half forward flank position. Foot race on here at the moment. Poff came out to meet it, got collected without it. Umpire said it was fair, play on. Iron Maiden's back in the middle of the ground, looking for Armstrong to try and pick up the football. Brokehouse overrun it. Armstrong got collected once more. Umpire said she didn't have the football and she gets a free kick. Armstrong with the pill, her side up 17-6. They are just minutes away from claiming the Women's Division 1 title, and at this stage, with this lead, it looks like they may be taking it 4-0 without a loss. Can Minnesota put a blemish on that record? As Armstrong on the right boot, long and high towards the centre half forward position. Estrada went charging after the football, couldn't pick it up. Sarah McLeon was after the football, couldn't get onto it. Ball spilt into possession there of Ohar, Ohar's coming at it now, was receiving it from Thielen. Ball is now in the middle of the ground, coming there is Smuda, couldn't quite pick up the football. It's buried in deep. Who's going to squeeze it out? Umpire crosses herself and says, I'd like a hug and I'd also like to bounce the ball. And Byland takes the football back. As we said, famous Victorian women's footy umpire, nickname of Coyote, been around for many a year. Throws the ball up in the air. Passes the football on. Estrada kicked it right into Georgiadis. And then Georgiadis hit the ground hard. Tried to squeeze the football out to Thielen. Boom! Thielen got caught straight away with Gallagher coming at her. Umpire says it's a push down. Brett Barrow will get a free kick. Brett Brown with the football. Gets on the right boot, kicking it up the line. Just claimed a few players. Armstrong charging afterward. And the umpire blows the whistle and says that's a free kick, and then it's going the way of the Minnesota Freeze. And number 27, Jessica Nelson, who's just feeling a bit sore. 17-6. That's 2-5 to one straight. San Francisco leading Minnesota. Hand pass off, going backwards. Osthoff in towards the middle of the ground. Awkward bouncing football. McKenzie's got speed and she gets away from one. She gets onto the right boot. She kicks it further up the line. Plenty of free players back there. McKenzie wanted to go in again and lay a bump. So did DeLu. But the ball's popped out for the Freeze. Awkward bouncing football. Just my word to the advantage of Kika. Kika's got to take on the player. Hand pass over to Poff. Poff got claimed. Got a kick away, but it only went like 3 metres. And the Iron Maidens repel that attack. It's close towards the boundary line. They're just going to let it go out. And we will have a ball in on the forward pocket for the Minnesota Freeze. San Francisco 17, Minnesota 6 here in the Women's Division 1 game. Second last contest. The last contest at 3 p.m. Eastern is scheduled for New York and Denver. New York winless so far. Denver having the 2 wins and the 1 loss. Umpire blows the whistle. Signals a free kick to San Francisco. Sarah McLeon. Looking further afield, Estrada calling for the football. Whoop, that's off the side of the boot. 1-2 bounces, still manages to stay in play. Estrada over the top. The football nearly did the splits going down there. Tobias tries to lay on the tackle. Umpire says it's going nowhere. Let's have a ball up. Peter Holden with you in commentary from girlsplayfooty.com. It's been great having your company over these 2 days. The temperatures have been hovering around 88 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 degrees Celsius. We had a bit of a thunderstorm yesterday with some rain coming down at some stages, but otherwise, particularly today, it's been sunny and fine and the kind of weather where you get easily sunburned. Harry kick around the corner. I think that might be out on the full. It is. Either way, it's a Minnesota free kick. And it will be taken by Ray Hale. Cat Hogg watching on from the boundary line. The coach of Minnesota. Oh, kicked it right on the player. Zara McLeon, who just kicks the ball along the ground and went over the boundary line and out of bounds. Right in front of the Minnesota coaching bench. We'll have the ball thrown in. Here on USAFL.com. This is the 2016 Nationals, Women's Division 1. Brower brought to ground. Tried to feed out the hand pass. Estrada couldn't get in there. Armstrong was waiting for it. McKenzie got dumped as she kicked it and put it out of bounds on the full. So we'll wait for the ball to be kicked back in. Number 2, Jackie Thielen, who had a very good day 1. Hasn't been really as effective on day 2 of the tournament. Kicks it further up the line. Was trying to find Catherine Hoha, and Hoha's got it now. Just does a bit of a worm burner along the ground, and it's taken by Armstrong, and now she kicks it high in the air. Sarah McLeon! Great grab. Strong grab. And we'll get back up and says, no worries, I've got this. Half-back flank. Looking to kick further afield. On the right, up the line. Oh, it's perfect. Brett Brower takes the mark. Brower now plays on. Player down there for San Francisco on the ground. We'll keep an eye on that in just a moment's time. Got it towards the half-forward flank position. Julie Marks got bowled over. She tried to kick it inside 50. Foot race on. And Bruce gets the free kick. And I think it might be Armstrong again who's got that injury. And she tried to play on earlier. Now she's limping off the ground. She's been great today, and tell you what, she's had a few battle scars. She's been constantly hammered into the ground by her opponents going in to get the hard ball. But as they always say, when you win the championships, the pain don't matter and the beers taste great. Here's the kick towards the top of the hot spot, and 30 metres out directly in front, Brett Brower takes the mark. Brower looking to kick one from directly in front of the first score for the Iron Maidens going to the right-hand side. They currently lead 17-6 over Minnesota in this Division 1 women's contest. Brower. Close to the player on the mark. It's high. The wind gets a hold of it. It's at the top of the goal square. Waiting there. No, they couldn't toe poke it through. Minnesota want to concede. No, they keep the football in play. There's the hand pass. Trying to find their player there at Osthoff to try and get onto it. She couldn't do so. Going in there is Brower again. Hand pass to Don't Bring Me Down. Bruce kicks it towards the top of the goal square. Went over the few hands. And there's plenty of numbers back there for Minnesota, including Michaels. Michaels clears it to the halfback on the outer side. Going after it is Delu. She's got to turn Smoother inside out, but Smoother caught her. Going in there again, Brookhouse versus McKenzie. Being picked up by Delu. Delu kicked it into the player. There's the hooner! San Francisco take the title for Women's Division 1 without the loss. It is all official and confirmed now. 4 wins, no losses. They put away Sacramento in game 2. Big win over New York in that second game for them, the latter game on day 1. When they came here today in the 11 o'clock game, they had the big showdown with Denver, and they held on by just 3 points. And now, 2-5-17 to 1 straight 6. They've beaten Minnesota by 11 points. We have new champions in Division 1 at the USAFL Nationals. This is the San Francisco Iron Maidens. The cup's heading west. And ladies and gentlemen, you can see the San Francisco girls on the ground jumping around for joy. McKenzie, Estrada, Leone, Armstrong, just to name a few. Delu, Brett Bauer, Bruce. They got many winners across the board. We talked up their potential after they won the East-West showdown. They did away with Sacramento in a practice game, and they came here today and nailed the perfect game plan, an exciting brand of football, and they are the rightful champions of Women's Division 1. And what it's been for West Coast women's football, because the Portland Sockeyes out in Oregon teaming up with Seattle, Arizona, and Tampa Bay. They took out the Division 2 title, and of course San Francisco Division 1. And as we said, in 2017, the Nationals are heading to San Diego, California. It is all about the West Coast. Look at these celebrations. Look at the water being sprayed, jumping up and down. The Iron Maidens are champions. Wait till they get to the Gator Club later on for the after party. They'll be celebrating nice and hard. Coming up next, New York and Denver. But a sensational win. The final scores here today. 2-5-17, San Francisco, Minnesota, 1-6. I've been Peter Holden. Thank you very much for your company. Remember to click on USAFL.com 2016 Nationals and watch, because coming up in a few moments' time, New York and Denver to play out the final game of the round robin series. But the championship goes to the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Congratulations to them. And on behalf of all those at girlsplayfooty.com and the USAFL, I'm Peter Holden, and I'll catch you again soon.
Black Chrome Sportswear designs and manufactures custom sportswear with a focus on quality and reliability. We're Australian, we've got 10 years experience, and we've got a US base in Oklahoma. Who better to trust than an Aussie company for your AFL gear? Get your customised men's and ladies' AFL uniforms, outerwear and training gear from Black Chrome. Black Chrome's custom compression can enhance performance and recovery, reduce lactic acid and accelerate your warm-up. Black Chrome is trusted by a number of AFL leagues, including the USAFL, as their official supplier. Try out our Design Your Own tool and see Black Chrome's full range of sportswear at blackchromeusa.com. Join us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.